Hey guys, how are we doing? Thanks for joining me today. We'll be doing hips and dips today. So the lovely Brittany is going to be joining us. Cute intro. So to get started, we'll go ahead and make our way into child's pose. So find your way at the back of your mat. Let those feet come to touch, your knees spread wide, your hands go long out in front. Think about your elbows lifting away from the mat to engage those shoulders and hobbling out the armpits. Letting that forehead rest on the mat. Just begin to find your breath. Begin a deep breath in through your nose. Let it out through your mouth. 2 more, just like this. Inhale through the nose. And let it go out the mouth. Finding space this last one, just taking the deepest breath in that you can take. Filling up the lungs, filling up the chest, filling all the way up to the top. And then open your mouth and let it go. Begin to seal your lips, breathing in and out through your nose. Notice how your body is feeling today as you begin to just let your forehead rest on the mat. Maybe just softly adding in some soft little rolls on that forehead, rocking the head side to side. It's really great if you have any sinus pressure or anything like that. And then gently meeting back at center. From here, just guide your hands softly over to the right. Letting your left hip plant down into your heel. Let your forehead come down to the mat as you extend that left hand, reaching it out. Maybe even taking the left hand to cross on top of the right hand if you'd like an extension of the side body stretch. Remembering to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Inhale, slowly make your way back to center. And then exhale, work the hands over to the left. Now thinking about that right hip pressing down into the heel and extending that right arm long as your forehead rests on the mat. Maybe taking that right hand to cross over the left, maybe not. Inhale, slowly walk those hands back into center. And then exhale, just gently begin to press the hands into the mat as you push yourself up into tabletop position. Stacking your hips over your knees, your shoulders over your wrists. Think about puffing up the place in between your shoulder blades, your belly button pulling into your spine. Find space, look forward past your fingertips at the front of your mat. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin. Think about your chest shining through your arms. Exhale, round the spine, push the mat away. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Do a few more to your own breath, adding in your own movement. Maybe a wag of the tail, maybe a press through child's pose. And then pressing the arms just a little bit past your wrist as you come up. Just again, just connecting that breath to your movement. Knowing that it's okay to just flow with your body. To get into those nooks and crannies of what feels good. Inhale, we'll gently meet back at center. And then exhale, take that right leg behind you, extending it long, the toes point down towards the ground. From here, pull the belly button in towards your spine. Think about pressing the mat away, and then gently begin to shift the shoulders just a little bit past your wrist as you bend at your elbows, finding that first dip. Inhale, press yourself back up. And then exhale, more time here and lowering down. Last time here as you push up, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift back up. Keep that leg extended extended long behind you. Think about pulling that belly button in towards your spine as you reach the left arm out in front. Inhale, roll long, and then exhale, slowly round to tap underneath. Taking the full breath to roll long, and the full exhale to tap. 2 more times with this, extending long, and tapping. Last time here, extend long, and then tap. This time, roll long, leave the foot extended as you lower the hand down. Take that right foot and cross it over your left to lower down that right knee. And shift your weight so that your hips come back towards the heels and the arms reach long out in front of you. Finding this version of a child's pose with crossed legs. Noticing the different sensations that come up into your body and see if you can soften. See if you can breathe through the tension, the tightness. Inhale, slowly press back up. Begin to make your way back into that tabletop as you extend that right leg long, and then exhale, lower down the right knee. Find a cat-cow in between of dropping the belly, lifting the chin, and then rounding the spine, pushing the mat away. Continuing to just find some movement. And then when you're ready, meeting back at that neutral position of pressing the mat away, pulling that belly button in. Inhale, extend the left leg long. Find that balance, point the toes down towards the ground. And then we'll go in for those dips of taking the shoulders just past the wrist and bending into those elbows to find that dip. And pushing the self back up. 3 more times with that, connecting your breath to movement. As you dip down, 2 more times here. And your last one. Keeping that leg extended out behind you. Inhale, reach that right arm long. Exhale, begin to tap underneath you. Finding the full exhale to tap. Inhale, roll long. Exhale to tap. Inhale, roll long. Exhale, tap around the spine as you tap. And last one here, inhale, roll long. Exhale, tap. This time, inhale, roll long. Exhale, plant your hand. Inhale, take that left leg over to the right. Plant the foot down. Bend and lower down the knee. And then send your hips down to your heels as the arms extend out in front. Again, just taking a moment to find space, to let the body soften. Notice where you're holding on to this tension. Maybe in the jaw, maybe in your shoulders, maybe it's just all in your hips. Inhale, slowly press those hands into the mat. Unhook your legs. Make your way back to that tabletop. And then again, finding that cat-cow. Maybe just swinging the hips from one side to the other. Finding a little bit of movement. And then when you're ready, meeting back at center. Pressing the mat away. Pulling the belly button in. Curl your back toes under. And lift your knees just to hover above the mat. Pressing that mat away. Inhale. Exhale, slowly send those hips high. And then inhale, lower down, find that floating table. 3 more times with this. And send those hips high, exhale. Inhale, find that floating table. Exhale, send those hips high. And inhale, floating table. Exhale, send those hips high. Last one here, floating table. And then lift those hips high. Begin to just pedal out your feet. Find space, find movement. Maybe even shifting the hips from one side to the other. Just finding space to open up. Notice your breath. Is it smooth? Is it fast? Is it a little bit rough? Can you begin to match your inhales to your exhales? Inhale, look forward at your fingertips, and then exhale, walk your feet up to your hands. First forward fold here, so think about pressing your heels into the mat as you try to extend your hips up towards the ceiling. Think about your head and your arms being heavy as they lower down towards the ground. Maybe here you grab opposite elbows, rock side to side. Maybe you just bend into one knee and straighten one leg. And then switch sides. Finding this base inhale, just let the head and arms hang heavy. Find this neutral downward dog. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly rise up to standing. Those arms are going to come overhead, they touch. And then exhale, hands towards center. Think about the shoulders rolling into the back, down, away from the ears. Find your breath. Press your palms into one another. Lift those elbows just slightly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. On your exhale, grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. And then bend over the side. Pulling that wrist, finding that stretch. And then come back to center. Inhale, let the hands go, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, maybe find a back bend. Inhale, come back up to center. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Create that number 7. Plug those shoulders into your back. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands and step your right foot back. Left foot is going to come in between your hands. Try not to move your hands to your feet, but your feet to your hands. This will create space in between your feet. Just make sure that that front shin is pushing forward as the heel is pressing back. Finding this opposition in your legs or pulling them in opposite directions. From here, we'll find some more dips. Inhale. Exhale, lower that knee to hover. Inhale to extend up. And exhale, lower to hover. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, lower to hover. This time, inhale, extend up. And then exhale, plant the knee, uncurl the back toes. Inhale, begin to shift your legs straight as you point the toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale, roll along spine. And then exhale, just fold over that leg. Inhale, slowly press up. Begin to take your right hand and place it on the outside of your left foot. As you walk your hands just gently over to the left, finding this twist. Inhale. Exhale, slowly walk your hands inside of your foot. As you bend into that front knee, finding a lizard's pose here. Those hands will plant. Maybe your left foot is at a 45-degree angle, finding space. Remember to sink the hips down towards the ground. Inhale. Exhale, curl that back toe under, lift that back knee, and begin to walk your hands to the right as you pivot on the toes so that all 10 toes are facing the same direction. Wide-legged stance. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly just walk those hands to the left side as you bend into the left knee. Maybe your right heel lifts, your right toes lift so you're on the heel of that foot. A baby Skandasana. Inhale, just slowly lift back up, making your way to a wide-legged stance. And then slowly begin to walk your hands towards that right foot at the back of the mat. Turn it so all 10 toes face forward. Find that opposition of pulling that shin forward and pushing that heel back. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower that back knee to hover. Inhale to lift. Exhale to hover. Inhale to lift. Exhale to hover. Inhale to lift. This time, exhale, lower that down, uncurl the toes. Inhale, straighten the front leg as you walk the hands back. Point the toes towards the body. Inhale, just lift up slightly, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly lift up halfway. As you take your left hand to the outside of your right foot, find a twist that way. Exhale, hold it here. And then inhale, slowly walk those hands so that they come inside of the foot. As you bend into that front knee, lower that foot down. Find your lizard's pose. Maybe that right foot is at a 45-degree angle. The hips lower down towards the ground. Inhale, curl your back toe under. Lift your back knee and gently begin to walk back towards the right as your toes all face towards the right. Inhale, your wide-legged fold. And then exhale, bend back over to that right knee as you lift the left toes. Finding that stretch for your inner thigh. Inhale, slowly begin to lift back up, pausing in tabletop to stack your shoulders. And walk your hands towards the front of your mat once more. All 10 toes facing forward. From here, step your left foot back to meet the right foot in plank pose. Inhale, cup up the place in between your shoulder blades. Exhale, lower down towards the knees, uncurl those back toes, and then lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, lift the chest and head. Exhale, forehead to mat. Inhale, lift your chest and head. Exhale, forehead to mat. Maybe this time on your inhale, you begin to straighten the front arms, finding this cobra. And then exhale, curl your toes under, lift your hips high, downward dog. Knowing that you can pause at any point in this time, finding a child's pose instead of downward dog. That is always an inhale, lift the right leg high to the sky. Exhale, tap knee to nose. Inhale to lift. Exhale, step that foot in between the palms of your hands. From here, come up onto your fingertips. Pull your belly button away from your thighs as you reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, soften your shoulders. Inhale, pull your belly button and ribs in. Exhale, slowly come into those taps. Lower down that knee. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Last one here. Exhale, lower. As you inhale this time, lower the heel down and open the arms up, warrior two. Settle into the space. First time here. Maybe check in on your hips, making sure they're level, bending into that front knee, finding space to just explore this posture for what it is. Arms reaching out, gazing forward past your fingertips. Inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, sweep it behind you. Remembering to stay bent into that front knee as you extend and reach that back arm towards the back of the room. Exhale, slowly lower that elbow down towards your knee. Reach that top arm up and down towards the front of the room. The palm is facing down. Inhale. Exhale, slowly cartwheel the hands to frame the front foot. All 10 toes face forward, so pivot so you're on the toes of that back foot. And then step your left foot back to meet your right. You're finding plank. Take an inhale. On your exhale, just lower down your way. Whatever that may be. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, curl the toes under, lift the hips high, downward dog. Find just a breath to pause in between, knowing that the same thing is coming on the other side. We know what to expect, so just find that breath, knowing that child's pose is always an option here if you need to catch your breath. Exhale. Inhale, lift your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, tap knee to nose. Inhale to lift. Exhale to plant that foot in between the palms of the hands. Come up onto the fingertips, pull the belly button away from the thighs, you reach the arms up overhead. Inhale, just soften the shoulders, pull those ribs in. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, we find those taps. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tap. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Last one here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. As you inhale, lower the heel down and open up to warrior two. First time here on this side, so just check in. Find space. Bend into that front knee. Press down through the pinky side of that back foot. Find space. And then reach those arms long. Look past the fingertips. Find your breath. Soften your shoulders. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, sweep it behind you. Inhale, just bend slightly in towards that front knee. And then exhale, take your elbow down towards your knee. Reach that top hand up. And then down towards the front of the room. Think about pressing that elbow into that knee to find space to lift up in between the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands down. Come onto the toes of that back foot. And then step your left foot back to meet your right foot. Plank pose, lower down your way. Or skip it all together, just come back to child's pose. Find your breath where you need it. Making this posture, this position work for you, this flow work for you. We'll slowly begin to add on as we continue to flow and move. Catching your breath here. Finding space to just breathe. Making your way into that downward dog if you're not there already. Inhale, lift your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, tap knee to nose. Exhale, plant that foot in between the palms of your hands. Come up onto the fingertips, pull the belly button away from the spine as you lift the arms up overhead. Think about that back heel, pressing back towards the back of the room. Bending in towards that front knee, stacking your knee over your ankle. Soften the shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down for those taps. Or you can skip this part if you've had enough already. Finding those 4 taps here. And then on the last one, just opening up into warrior two. Finding space to settle in. Inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, sweep it behind you. Inhale, and then exhale, elbow to knee. Or maybe this time you want to extend your arm all the way down towards the ground as that hand reaches. And exhale, slowly cartwheel those hands to frame the front foot. All 10 toes face forward. And then slightly just walk the hands out in front of you. This is where we'll add on. Inhale, slowly begin to shift forward as you lift the back leg up, standing splits. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, we'll slowly find those dips. So take an inhale, and then exhale, we'll slowly cross the leg over your standing leg to dip, and then inhale, extend it back up. Exhale, find those dips. And inhale, extend it back up. Exhale, find those dips. Inhale, extend it back up. This time, exhale, lower that foot down about half the distance. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then exhale, fold, find your pyramid pose. Inhale, exhale. Maybe there's a soft bend in that front knee. Beginning to pull the right hip back as the left hip shifts forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, slowly put a bend in that front knee as you reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, lift that left leg up off the ground, warrior three. Inhale. Exhale, step that foot back. Find a lightning bolt pose. Reaching forward, trying to take that belly button to hover over the thigh. Inhale, exhale, lower the hands down. From here, step your right foot back to meet your left. Find your flow, whatever it may be, or just meet in that downward dog. It's always an option for you. Again, just beginning to notice your breath. Is it smooth? Is it steady? Finding space to just breathe in and out through your nose. Exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg high to the sky. Exhale, tap knee to nose. Inhale to lift. Exhale to plant the foot in between the palms of the hands. Inhale, come up onto those fingertips, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Inhale, pull the ribs in. And then exhale, you can find those dips or leave out entirely. It's up to you. Finding space to just move. Last one here. And then lower that foot down, open up warrior two. Inhale, look forward past your fingertips. Exhale, flip the palm behind you, exalted. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee, side angle pose, reach that top hand up and over, or maybe this time you slide the hand down towards the ground. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel those hands to frame the front foot, rotate, pivot onto the toes of that back foot, and this is where we add it on. Reach those arms just slightly out in front of you and begin to lift the right leg up as you straighten the left leg. Standing splits. Inhale. On your exhale, cross the right leg over the left or behind the left as you tap those knees together. Inhale, extend long. Exhale to curtsy. Inhale to extend. Exhale to curtsy. Inhale, extend. This time, exhale, lower that foot down about half the distance. Inhale, lift up halfway. Square the hips off, so the left hip is going back, the right hip is coming forward, and then refold. Maybe there's a soft bend in your left knee as you begin to fold forward. Inhale, put that soft bend in that front knee if you don't have it already. Reach those arms out in front of you and then begin to lift the right leg up off the mat. Warrior three. Inhale. Exhale, step that foot back. Find lightning bolt pose. Bring that belly button close to that thigh as you reach forward, send the energy forward, and then exhale, lower down the hands. Inhale, step your left foot back to meet your right. And find this last flow for you, meeting in child's pose whenever you go through. Finding space to just breathe. Knowing that you have an opportunity to pause this video right now and go through that flow one more time, or create your own flow for this flow and go portion of class. Knowing that I'll be here when you get back through that session to slowly find some stretches. You're staying along with the video, just continuing to find your breath in child's pose. Begin to make your exhales longer than your inhales. Finding space to just breathe. Slowing down your breath. Inhale, just slowly press those hands into the mat. Push yourself up to a tabletop position. From here, for our deep opening hip stretch, we're going to find lizard's pose. So just extend the right leg long behind you And then exhale, slowly take that knee outside of the body as you plant the right foot next to the right hand. From here, you can curl the back toe under, lift the back knee, and slowly just like heel toe that foot back. Find space between your feet, and then lower down that knee once more, uncurl those toes. You can let your right foot be at like a 45-degree angle to find space. Really think about sinking those hips down low. And then maybe you walk your hands slightly forward as you bend at the elbows and really lower down into this posture. Feeling the stretch on those hip flexors. If your right knee is deeply out to the right, maybe you're feeling it in that right glute area, that right hip area. Just notice if you're caving into one side and really try to keep the hips even here. Find your breath. Take some of the deepest breaths that you can take. Filling up completely and letting it all go completely. Two more of the deepest breaths you can take. And then slowly on your inhale, pressing your hands into the mat. Slowly push yourself up. Maybe curling that back toe under, lifting that back knee just to pull it in slightly. Creating a little less space in between the legs. And then when you feel comfortable, take that right leg back. Maybe find some fire hydrant, little movements. Maybe finding some rocks side to side. Whatever feels good to let that blood flow go back into that leg. And then when you're ready, just lower down the right knee. Extend the left leg long behind you. And then bend at that knee, plant it on the outside of your left hand. Find space here by curling the back toe under, lifting the back knee, and heel toeing that foot back. And then lower that knee back down, uncurl those toes. Maybe walk your hands slightly forward, and then find this posture going as deep as you can go into it. Maybe today it's not as deep. Maybe this side is completely different than the other side. Not judging your body, but just noticing the difference. And being okay if this side you don't go as deep. Just remembering to breathe. Notice if you're holding on to tension anywhere else in the body. Maybe in your jaw, maybe in your shoulders. Two more of the deepest breaths that you can take. Filling up completely and emptying completely out. Inhale, slowly press those hands into the mat. Curl that back toe under and move that knee a little bit closer to the rest of your body. When you have enough space, maybe finding those fire hydrants with the left knee. Maybe just finding some movement. Whatever feels good for your body right now. Just getting that blood pumping back into that leg. And then slowly making your way back into a tabletop. You can take the feet over to one side as you lower your hips down towards the ground. Making your way so that those legs come out in front of you, the feet plant, so the knees are bent. Take those arms out in front. And slowly lower down, finding space. Once you've gone all the way down towards the ground, you can gently just take those knees in towards your chest. Let the back be flat. Let those shoulders plug into the mat. And just rock the hips side to side, the legs side to side. And then from here, let them meet back at center. Take that right leg and cross it over the left so that the knees are crossing. And then take your hands to your shins and gently begin to pull the shins and feet towards your body. Think about your shoulders relaxing down, finding space for this to really feel good on the outsides of your hips. And then think about your tailbone lowering down towards the mat. Finding space to just breathe. And then slowly, slowly letting that go. This posture doesn't work for you. You can always find figure 4 on your back. Or some other version of a stretch that feels good. Crossing the left leg over the right now. Grab onto those shins. Pull the feet in, pull the shins in, and lower the hips down towards the ground, that tailbone reaching down. And then relax the shoulders. Soften in your jaw. Find space to just breathe. And then slowly, slowly letting that go, letting the legs uncross. From here, just taking those knees so they stack over the hips, and then taking the knees so that the feet are at knee level, and then take your arms and open them up to the T. Let the knees fall over to the right, or gaze over to the left. Softening the shoulders down to the ground. Finding your breath. Seeing if you can soften any more. Knowing that the ground is underneath you to support you, to hold you up. It's okay to let go. Inhale, slowly take those knees back up to center. And then exhale, let them fall over to the left. Your gaze may be over to the right. Shoulders relaxing down into the mat. Maybe your eyes are closed. And then inhale, slowly, slowly take those legs back up. Let the legs go long down on the ground. Those hands come down by your side. Find space for those shoulders to shimmy underneath you. Let the toes roll away from each other in opposite directions. Maybe just for a second, find the spaces where your body is touching the mat or the floor below. The soft little pressure points, maybe at the back of the head, the shoulders, the hips, the back of the hands, maybe some part of your thighs, your calves, your heels. And then just begin to let go of that breath. Breathing normally. Knowing that just as important as it is for us to move, as it is for us to get going and do things, it's also important that we slow down, that we decompress, we find some point for our body to relax fully, besides just sleeping. knowing you can stay here as long as you'd like. And slowly put a little bit of movement back into my body, making my way up to a seat. You can stay as you are, meditating seated. Just slowly begin to make your way there. Finding space to think about what you want to do, what you want to move before you move it. If you want to stay where you're at, just stay where you're at and continue to breathe and soften. Slowly make your way into a comfortable seat. Notice if you need blocks or anything, maybe a wall to support you in this meditation portion of class. And to come to your seat or stay laying down on your back. Just become softly aware of your surroundings. Maybe open your eyes for just a brief moment, having a stopped gaze out in front of you. Begin to notice that breath. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Three times with this. And on that last exhale, just let your eyes close. Continue to breathe in and out, or in through your nose and out through your mouth. On your inhale, count it as 1. And on your exhale, count it as 2. Continue to breathe and count all the way up to 10. Knowing that if the mind begins to wander, just start where you left off. You slowly make your way to 10, starting over at 1. And again and again. Knowing that meditation isn't stopping your thoughts from happening, just not getting caught up in them, and continuing to go further down the rabbit hole. Just recognizing that thought as a thought, and then continuing to come back to your breath. Come back to this present moment in time, the different sounds around you, your breath in and out of your body, counting your inhales and exhales. Knowing that there's really nothing to do but stay present. There's a fine line between putting forth a lot of effort into this and then not at all. The goal of meditation is to try to find that in between, where you're conscious and aware of your thoughts, but you're not trying to guide your thoughts in any direction. From here, just take a deep breath in, fill up. Open your mouth and let it go. Let your mind just do whatever it wants to do right now. Whether it's blood open with all of the thoughts, whether it's a little bit of resistance, just let it come as it comes. Not trying to change it in any way or shape or form. And slowly just begin to realize the point. Coming back to this present moment. Your eyes just softly flutter open. Knowing that it's okay. This meditation practice was busy. It's okay if your mind was full of thoughts. It's kind of like watching the cars go by. Were there a lot of cars going by today, or was the traffic really slow? As you continue with your meditation practice, know that slowly those cars will drop off one by one, and that every day is different. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today for this practice. Namaste, and have a great day. And end.